This podcast is brought to you by Media8.
Have you ever seen such chaos?
Okay, we good?
Real good.
I don't know, you're the
Ready to
ringmaster.
go?
Good afternoon.
Good evening. It's actually evening, you wanker.
It's morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sports Corner, the only place where you get three fat blokes and an ex-England cricket captain telling athletes how shit they are and that we would do a much better job. However, today, as you might have noticed, is it one of the fat blokes or one of the England captain? I suppose he's one of our ex-England cricket captain, Adam Holyoake, can't join us today because he's been called in to the Queensland. His excuse was on the message, he's been called in to Queensland Bulls training.
Like their first game's in September,
What month are we in?
April.
Do you think it was
Had
an
to think about
excuse? He
that.
just didn't want to do the podcast?
Sounds like it to me.
What do you reckon?
Oh, he's being called up because he's getting the arse.
Oh,
it's an
could be
exit
the
He's getting
sack.
It's an
boned.
exit
He's
interview.
getting boned.
We-
It could be an exit
He's
interview.
getting boned.
Yeah,
It's not that kind of meeting.
yeah. That's
It's not
the
a meeting.
terminology. Remember the
No.
Nah.
Bone
Billy
means
Bir-
someone's going to put their
Billy
PP
Birmingham.
up. Yeah. What?
Billy Birmingham.
Nah, I don't know, mate. It sounds like
Oh, come
it's
on.
one of those cruise
One of
club terminologies.
Well, mate, good luck, Adam. We hope you're not getting boned.
Yeah, well, I hope you're not getting. I hope you don't get exited. I hope you get entered.
That's so inappropriate. It's funny, though. Okay, so intro question this week, boys. I've got two for you. What's the weirdest diet you've ever been on? And the second one is, what's the greatest sporting event you've ever been to?
I've never been on a successful diet.
No, I didn't say
obviously.
successful. I said weirdest.
I did that stupid isogenics thing.
Did you? Was that the weirdest thing you've done?
Yeah, it's because it was disgusting and it was weird and it was like, yeah, it worked, but then I felt really crook.
So that wasn't good?
No,
Isogenic. Explain what is it?
it's like one of these fasting things where you.
It's just shakes and stuff, isn't it?
Well, the man shakes.
Yeah, no, it's not a shake. Yeah, you have shakes as well, but then on some days you have nothing. You're not allowed to have anything at all.
Or just can't eat.
Yep.
Remember they used to do the 40-hour famines and you were allowed to eat butter menthols and people would just fucking pump 300 of them.
They became diabetic overnight.
Diabetic and also diarrhea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the weirdest one you've been on?
Yeah, I
Shit
don't,
house where you just don't eat.
yeah.
Pretty much.
For
just-
days.
So, like, no, like you'd have 4 days of these shakes and one little meal, and then
Yeah.
you'd have 2 days where you didn't eat. And, like, I just go, that's shit.
Yeah,
And I
it
start
sounds it.
eating after a day. And didn't do so well. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, and what's the greatest sporting event you've ever been to?
The biggest sporting, the most
Greatest.
famous,
Greatest.
the greatest. Oh, look, you can pick any. Oh, look, the Olympics.
The Olympics?
Yeah, going to the Olympics was pretty special.
Which one? 2000?
2000.
Yeah.
I remember
You,
walking
didn't,
through.
you weren't competing.
No, that's 2032.
Yeah.
That was after 6 months of isogenics.
Well, no, I went to the soccer. Was at the Gabba. I
Yep.
remember walking through the gates, and I went, I feel very Olympic today.
Well, that's
Hang on.
The cool running. There's a cool
Yeah,
running.
yeah, no, I get it.
I watched that on the weekend.
It's
good.
Great film.
I'm going
I
to.
do get John Candy vibes.
That was his last movie.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
he died
that's sad.
because he was obese.
Great
Yeah,
movie.
but there you go.
Speaking of obesity, Christopher, what's the weirdest diet you've ever been on?
Well, I haven't really been on many, as you can tell. I have been sick a couple of times, and then I don't eat for 2 weeks.
So you lose a shit
that's
ton.
Some kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
diet. Yeah, they pump you like I ended up in hospital and you IV. But yeah, nothing.
IV diet's the best diet. in
IV diet.
history.
So you don't eat or drink for 2 weeks. Like the most I can do is like what do you call it? Ice on
Yeah.
your lips, and like that's the only liquid. But the thing I eat the macros. That's probably the biggest diet thing I'm on now. The macros. I eat like
Macros.
10 meals a week now. It's sort of like a weight loss thing. It's just portion control.
Is it working?
I wouldn't think so.
On IVs,
but it's also like just convenience. Like
It is.
I don't want to cook. I don't.
and Mums is away.
And when I want to eat, I want to eat. I want to eat. Then I'm not planning ahead.
Surely living in a retirement village, so there'll be so many people who want to cook your dinner.
Yeah,
Well,
but
they'd all have
it's all
leftovers.
soft food because they can't chew it.
It's the mashed
It's all
veggies.
mashed potatoes.
I love it. Talking about IVs, though, I was behind a bus this morning that had mobile vitamin IVs.
Yeah, I actually.
I've had a
this,
vitamin C.
I had this discussion with him for like something cool at Magic Round because everyone gets pissed for 3-4 days straight. They have these bars in Vegas, I think, where they
Air
give you
bars.
The
oxygen.
oxygen bars.
I've
yeah.
been to one of them.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's the best way to get over jet lag.
yeah, and hangovers they do them in Bali, like Aussie bogans just love it. They sit out, they put their feet
Suck
in
in the air.
yeah, they put their feet in those fish things.
Yeah, love
and then
that.
They suck in
How
oxygen at
good's
the
feet
same
in your
time, so you get your feet done and
And
your hangover cured in the same thing. It's
How
fucking-
good is the world?
Yeah.
so, what's the greatest sporting event you've ever been to?
I've been to some crackers. I don't know. I've been to some I really like and it's it's a really small scale, but like the World's Strongest Man.
Yep.
Watching them fucking carry huge boulders.
You went to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
That's
hosted
cool.
one once up here on the Gold Coast. Australia's
Fair
strongest man.
dinkum.
They were throwing kegs over the crossbar on an NRL pitch.
Yeah. Oh, really?
It's actually where the Dolphins play. That's where we hosted it. And they're
Ward
pulling
Bay
trucks.
Stadium. Yeah, I'm just the
boulders
carrying the
and stuff.
boulders is just like you're looking at it, no one can lift that, and it's just lift it up. Like,
Steroids.
pretty cool.
And they're fat fucks doing it as athletes. That's what I
it
like.
was inspiration. I was there when Steve Waugh hit the century off the last ball of the day.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That would have been pretty cool.
I've been to so many. State of Origins, Rugby Union World Cup finals. I've been to 2 Olympics.
Where?
London and Sydney.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Esports at the Commonwealth Games in
Esports
Birmingham.
at the Commonwealth Games was pretty cool. Honestly, I couldn't tell you the great State of Origins. I loved work experience when I was in.
But you know when you walk into somewhere and you think, "Fuck, I'm actually here."
Then that experience is a State of Origin at Lang Park, I believe it was near the netball.
Yep.
You
went to that
I
one.
sat on the grandstand. I sat
wow.
on the bench, and my job was to hand the assistant coach or whatever the replacement number. So I had these laminated numbers, and would just hand them to this guy, and then he'd give them to the ref, and he'd
Was that the Alfie Langer game?
yes,
See?
yeah, fucking
I was
Alfie
there.
Langer,
I was there.
Fucking hell. Is that where they
was
brought him back from overseas?
yeah,
Oh,
spewing.
Because I went to all 3
Rort.
State of Origins that year.
absolute rot.
Did
That
you?
was that was a big.
So that was
big
the year
year.
I did the work experience, and I stayed with the Blues at the Coogee Bay Hotel. And then they won game 2, and then the manager was like, "Oh, well, you're the lucky charm. We'll bring you up for game 3." And they brought Alfie back.
Have you ever been
Was
called a
not-
lucky charm?
Was
before?
not the lucky charm.
It's a big charm.
Fucking Alfie Langer.
Okay, so my weirdest diet, I went on a small spoon diet. So you know when you're on an aeroplane and you get a coffee and you get those really little spoons? So I've had this philosophy that if you eat it with a small spoon, everything you eat, then you wouldn't eat as much.
So this is your
And
own
then-
diet. You made it up.
Yeah, and then you get the shits.
Outstanding.
But the funny thing was, about 3 weeks ago, I was going through an old bag and I found the small spoon. So I've gone to my missus.
small?
I found really little, not even a sugar spoon,
Like
smaller.
smaller than a teaspoon.
Yeah. And I said to the missus, "Remember this?" And she goes, "You're a fucking idiot."
Agree.
She says that a
But
lot.
my greatest sporting event is, I've been to lots as well, but it has to be the Open at St Andrews. Watching Tiger Woods warm up, and then the first hole, I don't know if you've ever been to St Andrews, they actually hit over the grandstand off the first tee. And so we just watched him warm up for about an hour, and he's just so methodical. He's putting one-handed through these tees. If he misses, he goes back to the start, all this sort of stuff. And then just see him on the tee, and then he just goes over top of you. It was just insane.
St Andrews, I've never been. It looks amazing, but there's literally pubs like
On the course.
150 meters away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's a public golf course.
I
Like
saw
it's
a cool video of this Aussie kid hitting a ball over buildings.
Yeah, I saw
from
that.
out the front of the pub, and he lands it on one of the greens. And it's
That's
like
cool.
It's fucking.
But if there's no grandstands or anything, you wouldn't pick it. It looks like a cow paddock. Like
Really?
it's just
But
insane.
any of those events where you get to see someone like Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
and for me it was Michael Johnson, the athlete.
yeah.
I got to see him run, and
He's-
just being in that same.
Well, I got to
place,
see
it was just-
Two Flags win the semi-final.
You can't say that.
Why? Kathy Freeman, Two Flags.
That's right.
She
Yeah,
carries
two
two
fa-
flags.
she
Nothing
does.
wrong
I
with that.
saw Michael Johnson recently. He was staying.
Fair income.
He was staying at my hotel in England, and me and Hollyoak, host
The
of
the
show,
guy's not here that's
Yeah.
currently being
we're
fired.
walking past. He goes, "Oh, I recognise that guy," and I'm like, "Who is it?" And he's like, "Oh, his name's MJ," and I'm like, "Michael Jackson." He's like, "No,
he's
Michael
dead.
Jordan." Oh, and I just kept going, "Michael J. Fox," just naming all these MJs, and he's like,
Turns out how big's Michael J. Fox is 4'8"
Yeah.
and shakes
I
lots.
didn't really see. Like, I didn't see the guy.
I suppose was 6'8" black guy.
It's funny because when I saw Michael Johnson run the day before, guess who I'd seen?
Michael J. Fox.
Yep.
Wow. We
Yeah.
saw him at the Knicks game.
Yeah.
Well, he came out because he's what's that guy's the CNN guy, Ted Turner.
Ted Turner.
He's a mate of Ted Turner's, and Ted Turner owned the Goodwill Games.
Yeah.
And so Michael J. Fox came out here to promote the Goodwill Games. So we were at the beach volleyball, and Michael J. Fox was shaking with his beer, and he was sitting about 3 rows in front of us. We were pretty impressed. But then the next day I went to see the great man Michael Johnson.
I reckon he's in better nick now than he was when he was running.
Yeah, there's a documentary
Who,
coming out.
Michael Johnson?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, he just.
Oh,
looks-
Michael J. Fox or Michael
no,
Johnson?
Michael Johnson.
So confused
Well,
right now.
he probably eats better.
So how many MJs are there?
Michael Jordan.
There's lots, but I'm just sitting there going, a 6'7"
Johnson.
black guy, Michael J. Fox. What the fuck? That's not bad for you. I like that. Anyway, yesterday was one of the greatest days of the year. I reckon it's pretty much Australia Day here in Australia, and that was ANZAC Day. So we appreciate everyone that's fought for this country and enabled us to be where we are right this second. So on behalf of myself and everyone here on Sports Corner, thank you for your service. We really appreciate that, unless we forget. I got up at 4 o'clock, went to the dawn service at Mudra this is the first year both my boys said, Dad, can we come with you? Can we come with you? And I went, yeah, no, of course. So we went down there together, just the three of us, and 3,000 people.
Everywhere was packed.
It was
on the Gold
unbelievable. Like, the last couple of years has been really interesting. Obviously, people standing at the end of their driveways with the candles.
Yep.
And that's been a really interesting way. I think lots of people did that.
Coast. Was that because of COVID?
Yeah.
What?
You didn't do that?
No, it doesn't sound
No.
like it.
All the old people, because they would have found you in the retirement village.
No. They do one. They do something in
I
there.
suppose they're all vets, a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Well,
Yeah.
Or parents of vets.
Yeah, fair call.
But
The thing at Southport, like they cancelled the morning march because it was put on
Southport-
by fucking so
Southport,
annoying.
that was the one I used to go to every year.
Yep.
But I kind of forgot this year. I slept in a bit. But yeah, it's an absolutely amazing service at Southport because they have a bugler that comes in on a little boat off the water,
Oh, I love that.
and it is really, really cool.
the one at
But,
Currumbin looked insane.
Oh,
Well,
it's like
Currumbin-
that every year.
It looked
It's-
like there was
You know why?
25,000 people.
Oh, there would have been.
You know why Currumbin's so important? Because the diggers say that that's the closest looking thing to Gallipoli in Australia.
Well,
And
it was
that's-
Elephant Rock or whatever.
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah, and that's where they take the big boats out and they actually scatter the ashes of any diggers that have died in that past year.
Oh, really?
So then they sit there and they announce it. And this year, the guy
Crazy.
that was announced, I was watching on the way back actually to the house, and the guy's sitting there and he's announcing all their names and their lieutenants and their number and all that sort of stuff. And then one of them was his mate, and he sort of got all choked up and said, I think it was Ronnie. He said, "That's you, Ronnie," or something like that at the end of it. It was like, oh fuck, I go tingly now. It was amazing.
The Melbourne march, like I used to go to the Shrine for dawn service, and then they do the march.
Yep.
Do they still do that march?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But it's like the last time I went would have been 4 or 5 years ago. At that time, there was like 1 or 2 soldiers the whole time. The rest of it was family members. They still do
Yeah.
that. The
Yeah,
family
yeah, they
members
do,
and
yeah. And schools and scout
Yeah,
groups
yeah,
and
yeah,
that sort
yeah,
of stuff.
Which I think's awesome.
Oh, it is. I love it. And they all wear their grand. I used to march when I was a kid, and we used to wear.
So why
pops.
did they stop the one at Southport?
I reckon there was complaints.
They gave it to a production company. Is what happened was instead of the RSL, they actually run it in the morning, and then they said, "Oh, well, we don't need that march bit that they do down the street. We'll just do it all here as a production." That's what happened for the dawn service.
Well, Tommy Tate was getting blamed for it on the news.
Yeah, well, they said that council had given it to this production company, but it actually wasn't the council's call. So what happened? I just read in the paper before that all the diggers turned up anyway, and marched anyway. So
Yep.
good on them.
It's a
That's
great,
good, yeah.
a great march.
Great march. So, yeah, once again, thanks for everyone for your service. We really do appreciate that. And there's some great games of footy happen on Anzac Day as well.
They always seem to be really, really good.
Mate, where'd the Dragons come from? Like, they've been playing shit all year, and then they're in front of the Roosters. But I think it's that extra bit of oomph, isn't it? From
Oh, absolutely. Like the Collingwood and Essendon, it doesn't really matter where they are on the table. It always seems to be a good game.
I missed it, but
I
they
didn't
reckon it was
watch.
one of the best games of the year.
I watched about 3
Collingwood and
minutes of it.
Essendon.
Yeah,
Fantastic
They
game.
said it was pretty amazing. So, what do you think about Anzac Day sport?
I think it's great.
Yeah?
I think it's awesome. I hate the fucking jerseys.
Well, how they changed
Well,
the
especially the
jerseys.
ones that have Americans on
No,
them.
yeah, that
The Tigers, that was funny as
No,
fuck.
I love what they're trying to do, but like I think it's one time where you get either bin the sponsors completely and make it all about the jersey.
They don't do that?
No. Or make all the sponsors the same colour. Like, there's no reason why you should have, like, a Soldier, a Sunrise, and then, like...
Right-hand's lawyers.
Yeah, or whatever, in their colour. Like, just make it black and white.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes no sense. I think it's it's one game where they can just sort of... The sponsors can go, yeah, like, we're fine. Or make it smaller. Like, it's...
I also think they should have the same one every year. Like there's a Bombers one that I love, which is the red on the Bombers jersey, which is the poppies.
I think they tweak it every year.
Yeah, they do. So you can buy more jerseys.
That's
all
what it's about. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But you know, I love Anzac Day footy. I think it's a great thing. I think there should be Christmas Day footy. I think there should be Christmas Day basketball. But let's not go there.
Because the players...
It makes it tough.
It does when it's in the off season. I just realised what I said. how about you get stuffed?
Yeah.
A big shout out to our sponsors, Official Beer Co., Platinum Standard Grading, Local Card Shop, and Media8 Sports. Official Beer Co. had their first couple of functions this week, and the beer was sensational.
Officially, it was very, very,
It was
very
officially
good.
bloody good, especially the Gingy and the 2032 was.
Oh, no, I like the mid-strength one.
You do?
Yeah, loved it.
What was your favourite? You would have been a Gingy, wouldn't
I
you?
wasn't in a drinking mood.
What? That one day of the year.
Yeah.
Had to be that night.
I had the gingy.
Yeah.
And I had the cocoa whip as well.
And the alcoholic cocoa whip, big shout out to Cocoa Whip. They were big thanks to them. It's alcoholic ice cream.
That was pretty
What-
potent.
What can you do with that?
Mate,
Can't get you in any
I
trouble
spoke to a
with that.
number of people, including Adam Hollyoak, had no idea it was alcoholic.
Glad
He's
it
just shoveling it
glad
because
he wasn't
I
driving.
don't know if you guys know, but ice cream's his weakness.
Is
I
it?
thought it was
He just
little
thought
people.
it is too. He
Ice
just
cream and midgets.
he just thought it was ice cream, so he's fucking spooning it in. And I go, "What alcohol is it?" He's like, "No, it's not alcoholic." I go, "There's Bacardi in that, brother."
Yeah. It had a bit of a bite, didn't it?
Oops.
I didn't think so.
No, I actually
I
just
loved
thought it was tasty.
I could
I was really good when you got the alcoholic cocoa whip and dropped it in the ginger beer. Oh,
Alcoholic spider.
I
it
did
was
that.
it was the best. It was so
Yeah,
good.
spider.
But yeah, massive shout out to Official Beer Co. and the Yard, which is at Mermaid Beach, officially opening hopefully in about 2 or 3 weeks,
Shout
which
out
is
to
very
Greenie
exciting.
and Craig.
Yeah, Greenie and
Played
Craig
golf
did a
with them
great
as
job.
well.
We did become third in our golfing
I
golfing
heard-
day. We
yeah,
only lost by
mad
a
invite.
shot as well.
Yeah, I was here just.
You can't play golf.
And you back stuffed.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, I just.
And
thought
all
I'd
you
make-
would have done is whinge.
Nah, I
We
was
don't,
just-
there was no whinge. I had a fall,
Oh yeah,
took some bark off my elbow.
good.
It was,
That's
it,
nice.
It was.
Well,
funny.
But you know when you're that embarrassed after you do something.
Yeah.
So I snow angeled on the ground. Probably shouldn't have done that either because I was in a white shirt. But anyway,
And there
let's
was
not
no
go there.
snow. So
But
you grass angel.
Speaking of golf, speaking of beer, Liv,
Long live, live.
I've actually been in chats with a couple of mates.
what do you
So
think?
Magic Round is their 1 year getaway because they've all got kids and wives.
Changing
and
next year.
shit. There's a chance they want to.
Don't want to live it up.
Yep.
They've all got wives and kids and shit.
Well,
Yeah, we have-
liabilities. I think they're called.
Wow. Anyway, Rob, what do you think of Liv?
I thought it was great.
Oh yeah, it's
What-
so good.
So is that every hole or just the one hole?
Just the one. Well,
But there's like stadiums around every tee, isn't there? Is that the way it works? Like little
but I don't know if you noticed. I watched the coverage or some of it. You can hear the music
Whilst they're
at
hitting.
every hole,
oh,
and
okay.
it doesn't stop.
Because they interviewed Cam Smith and he hadn't had a good second round, I think it was. And he goes, "Oh, I think I should actually now just try and embrace the crowd as opposed to trying to block them out."
Yeah,
Because they're playing music while they're trying to hit.
Yeah.
Obviously, these guys are used to quiet
Absolutely,
please,
Well,
putting the thing up.
yeah. They're the most redundant people in the world now due to live.
Wonder if they all got sacked.
Well,
No.
The sign holder upper.
No, because
They got boned.
they've got to be
They got boned.
they're employed to pick up the beer cans that everyone throws. when
How
people-
good was that? The bloody big thing that they picked
I
up the
missed that.
cans.
Is that how they got all the glasses up?
Yeah, that was just like this big. I don't know. Probably
Like a
was about,
super stopper?
Yeah, but it was about 4 foot wide, and it was they'd just push it, and the beer cans would go, and then they'd move them into the corner, and then
So
someone. picked them
that
up.
was planned then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
They
yeah.
encourage people to throw
yeah,
the.
it's part of the deal.
No, I mean, it was planned to pick her upper.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Because they just went through.
Mate, how
Oh,
much
what?
beer was thrown? That was insane.
And
No,
About $4 million
And it's
worth.
not even empties. Like
we're full.
Yeah, yeah.
What did what's the guy that hit the hole in one?
Chase Kepka.
Chase kept
Chase Kepka, and his brother
these Brooks.
is Brooks, who's obviously won a number of majors. So you just see when he got it, and he goes, "Know my name, know my name."
I didn't really.
That's what he was saying when he was yelling out, which is even funnier
Yeah,
because that's him, not
and
his
everyone
brother.
called him Brooks.
Yeah. It's like Matty Johns and Andrew Johns.
Yeah, no, it was
Very
mad.
similar.
Some great footage came from it too.
And different angles you're getting now, like from actual people
People
in
with
the
their
crowd, but
cameras,
also the angle behind where you're watching his actual shot and it's going, oh, fuck, that looks close. And it literally was bouncing rolling. Perfect
I
golf
don't know
shot.
if you saw the footage of Ian Poulter. So after the
So was Polder on the hole with him?
no. So Ian Poulter is a golfer, obviously.
Yeah, English golfer.
After the golf was over, there was a concert, full concert, and he's like standing on a table, like just dancing to the music.
Poulter was.
Poulter was. And he's
Golfers
still,
aren't-
still in his golf gear.
Because
Love that.
golfers are the accountants of the sporting world.
Wow.
So that's
Well,
a big
that's
effort.
that's
I
the
don't know
way
about Tiger.
that's the way
Oh,
they're
Tiger's
portrayed.
Tiger's the largest
because
root rat in history.
Well,
Isn't he?
what do you think? Accountants are all virgins.
second, according to Adam Holyoke.
Well, maybe they are.
Oh, don't know.
They don't have much personality.
Think of the personality of a brick.
Yeah, well, let's not go there.
Shout out to all our accountants. out there.
Exactly. Hope we're not sponsored by an accountancy firm. But
So you've ripped into Brian's lawyers and accountants. What have you got against?
Bryden's lawyers, they're just an unfortunate byproduct of the front of that jersey.
that's a fair call too. Fins up, baby.
26-0 down.
Go J-Well.
How
Boom.
good was that?
Didn't see
What
it coming.
what's that halftime talk from Wayne Bennett?
Oh no.
So Wayne walks in, they're 26 down. Does he go in and go, what the fuck are you doing? Or does Wayne sit there and go, hey boys, let's go out there and start over?
I reckon it'd be that.
You reckon?
Even J-Well got interviewed after, and it was like he was just really calm about it. He goes, "We've just got to complete our sets." It was just simple.
So no,
nothing.
they're all
No.
expecting to get a roasting and got
Well,
nothing.
yeah, I guess you'd assume. Like,
Well,
you just
because
go
they
and
didn't
think-
play well, to be fair, in the first half.
I sent a message. I go, "Fuck these Titans. They look like world beaters."
Yeah, they weren't.
And then they just fell in a hole.
I know.
Typical
It's your
Titans
fault.
can't defend.
Did you see the tweet that come out? I sent it to you actually, and it said "not good enough." That's all the tweet
Yeah,
said
yeah.
from the Titans.
Oh, what are they going to say? Like,
But that's atrocious, personally. But anyway, I think you want a bit of money. I want a bit of money. Thanks to our friend of the show, Jay Walt.
Yep.
He did well, scoring a try, setting up a try. Did you win any money?
Thanks for the tip.
Mate, we back him all the time, especially against the Titans.
yeah, I back him against all of his.
I backed Cam
ex-teams.
Smith on the weekend.
Did you?
Yeah, $3.80 to finish in the top 5.
Did he?
Cha-ching, birdie the last.
Look at that.
Yeah, baby.
I thought he
Baby needs
retired
some
from
new
football
shoes.
years ago.
Yeah, no, thank Cam Smith.
Different Cam Smith.
The shoey drinking golfer. Cam
Mullet
Smith.
boy.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, great win by the Finns. And then something happened on Saturday, which like I love when a cricketer hits a ton, but I hate when your footy team gets beat by one.
Well, thankfully for you, it was only 93.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll call that.
That was the definition of a
93?
grand final replay, wasn't it?
Mate, wow, wasn't it atrocious?
And on the arse.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was so
call him
bad.
your friend, and he says that to
Who,
you.
him?
Yeah.
Yeah, kidding, are you? He's just taking the piss out of me. That's not very nice.
Yeah, but it was accurate, though.
It was very accurate. Very accurate.
Go the Lions. 3 on the trot.
The Lions, yeah, whatever.
They're playing at the Gabba this week, aren't they?
Kaboom, yes.
You going?
VIP.
Does a bear shit in the woods?
Don't know.
No, I'm not.
No,
You're not
going
going?
VIP.
Not VIP.
Why
What's
not?
happened there?
Look, it's a long story, but
Are you giving your tickets to me?
no, I'm giving them to someone else.
Why?
I don't know. Puppy dog faces and things like that.
Ugh, you idiot.
Yeah, I
So
know.
what? You know, the plebs.
Yep.
Yuck.
Yeah, but front row at the premium seats. But you're not.
What in the cheer squad?
Yeah, that'll be me. I'll get that.
Can you put that leotard on?
I've got a big sign that says "Go Lynchy." Oh no, that's old. Yeah, something.
How good's your goal scoring superhero at the moment?
Charlie Cameron.
Mate,
Did you see the goal he kicked
unbelievable.
off the back of his boot?
Oh, the heel
Wasn't
flick
watching.
or something.
It
yeah.
was
Did he
yeah, it
mean
was
that?
one of the
No.
best I've seen. Yeah, he did. He said he did.
Yeah, he's at the end. Alistair Lynch said to him, "Did you mean that?" And he goes, "One forward saying to another forward, yeah, of course I did." But no, it was a
Pretty
really good win.
impressive.
A good win.
He's playing well too, isn't he?
Well,
He's only a little fella, little skinny fella.
yeah, 20 goals he's kicked, and I think that puts him third on the goal kicking list, which is pretty good.
Where's Buddy on the goal kicking list this year?
He's kicked 3 goals, I think. He's kicked nothing.
Hasn't played.
Shouldn't have played.
Shouldn't. Yeah, I know. Should play
anyway.
for the Gold Coast. Anyway.
Yeah, probably.
All right, last big topic I got for this week is Whiten going to Souths. It's been announced now.
I got a question
How
on
the
that.
fuck do they fit that under the salary cap? And they're saying he's going to drop $300,000 a year to just go and play at Souths. Bullshit.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Canberra are all butthurt over this now, and they're saying that
All butt hurt.
yeah,
Okay.
they're saying that the contract's illegal or something.
Which one? The Souths one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've gone.
So what is it? I don't understand that.
Well, they reckon that he's taking less than market value.
So they're saying that there's dodgy.
Oh, so they're saying he's worth $1 million or 1.1. He's taken 700 or whatever.
Yeah.
So that there must be something dodgy.
I don't even think he's worth it. He's 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he's the best player,
He's not.
He's
He's
hasn't done
he's
much,
got
to be
he's
fair.
got a shit kicking game.
Yeah.
Like I understand he's good in
He's tough.
He's tough. Yeah. He makes a decent 13 for 14 for New South Wales.
Yeah.
But they've got Campbell Graham. They'll lose Campbell Graham because of that. Campbell Graham's 23 and already in Australia.
He's a
New South Wales.
superstar.
Yeah.
Why would they lose Graham?
I just don't think that. Well, because they can't afford they can't afford him.
Well, they reckon they can keep him.
I don't. Yeah. Well, this is where it'll come. I don't think they can.
The salary cap auditors are going through it. I wonder if they've ever been to
Is it still that Ian Schubert bloke?
It is, yeah.
He's been the audit. I don't even think he exists. I reckon he's a John Hill from Select.
He doesn't exist.
Yeah. Shout out John Hill from Select.
great company.
Love them.
Do you so is it going to happen or it won't happen?
It'll go through. It's
When was the last time a player said he wanted to go somewhere and it didn't happen? It doesn't happen very
Fuck,
often.
imagine Ricky's blow up.
The third party deals will be
What is he, low gutted
Russell.
dog or whatever?
It'll be Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah, of course. You'll
like-
get a spot in the movie.
It was like people going to Collingwood back in Eddie Maguire days and ending up with big contracts at Channel 9. Or Chris Judd went to Visi Recycling, was on $500,000 a year to be a spokesman.
How many times has it changed? Like, first of all, he wanted to test the market.
Yeah.
Just wanted to test the market. No one would pay him near the 1.1 that the Raiders are going to offer, and he's like, "Oh, well, now I want to win a premiership." And now it's like it just doesn't. And then,
But is it even him or is it his management?
oh, it's got to be the management because it's like, "Oh, I'm retiring from representative football." Like all of this is happening in like the same like it's just fucking weird.
And
like,
well, maybe that's because he's no longer a rep. They can actually then say his value's not as high.
well, that's
That's got to be part of it,
It's
doesn't
got to
it?
be, doesn't it? Or it's got to
Weird.
be, yeah, I don't know. Or that'll be part of the Raiders contract for 1.1 if you still play represent. I don't know. This
Yeah,
is
because
just
you get
messed up.
bonuses for that,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
they? In a lot of
yeah.
the contracts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I once did a home loan for quite a prominent AFL player, and I
Name him.
was so disappointed. I was so.
Surely not allowed.
He's got a little dick and he's in America.
Wow. Okay.
I was so disappointed.
He's got a little dick.
Yeah,
And he's in America.
Did you see it?
everyone saw it. It
was-
was the photos that went out.
That was part of the application.
But I was so disappointed in the
ID
contract.
yourself. Little dick.
Did he get boned with his little dick?
Sorry, keep going.
Well, that's why he's in America.
Yeah.
No rumours started on this show because those rumours are out there. Why he didn't go to Channel 7. But anyway, Kath Lachlan had a good time. Maybe she didn't.
Little dick.
Yeah, I was so disappointed in the contract.
Oh, really?
Like I was expecting, I didn't actually do it. That one of the other guys was working on the file and it came through on the fax machine. That shows you how long ago it was. And it was like one page. And I went, where the fuck is the
That's
rest
the
of this
whole
contract?
contract.
Yeah. And it was like, you get X amount. You are subject to the AFL's contractual agreements.
Yeah.
You get paid by St Kilda Football. There we go. By St Kilda Football Club X amount.
Yeah.
You get X amount more if you all Australian. X amount more if you win the goal kicking. X amount more if we play finals. And that was it. And I went,
But that's a good thing, I think.
yeah, probably.
nice
But I
simple
just,
contracts.
I don't know. I was just all excited and thought this is going to be great. Where's the other 52 pages? But there wasn't.
That's a
It's a bit
bugger.
boring.
Thanks for that.
No worries.
Speaking of NRL, 8 from 8. I got a full stack this week. How good's that?
I picked the Titans again.
Oh, see, you're playing against the Finns, brother.
And I picked. Oh, did I pick Penrith?
You must have. So I got
Yeah,
South
yeah.
Sydney, Brisbane, Sharks,
How the
North
hell did you pick-
Queensland.
South Sydney.
Because such a big game the week before for Penrith.
I need
Plus
to
a
listen.
fucking
I
eight.
need to listen to you more.
No, you shouldn't. But 8 from 8, so that means I've gone up.
What two?
I've gone up to 3rd.
Wow, I went up one spot to 29th.
I'm equal first on 43 with Brenton Piercy and Dooley Boy. But my for and against is pretty shit because I only do 1 point every week.
Let's
Do you ever actually do like what you think it's going to be?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't do that.
But I'm coming 29th.
So how'd your Sharky boys go on the weekend, mate? Another outstanding effort from
Oh, I used to pick
Nico?
your cousin.
yeah.
Yeah,
Whose cousin is it?
That's my.
Brett's
I'm related.
47.
Me and Nico
cousins, so-
Hines.
Oh,
We're related because his brother's married to my niece.
oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so it's not too far away.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, you definitely can't marry him.
Well, that's probably a good
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
Does he get his spot for New South Wales now?
Well, I think a lot of it will come down to the discussion between the coach and Nathan Cleary,
Why?
because you've got to assume it's Cleary has some say
As the 7.
as the 7,
Oh, yeah.
and
Cleary gets a 7.
Cleary gets.
So
the
Cleary's
7,
got the
obviously.
7. I think
Yeah.
that's locked up for a long time, to
Yeah.
be
Oh,
fair.
okay.
Yeah,
I think it's more, does he want to play with Louis
I think so.
or does he want to play
And
with Nico?
I think
Oh,
Nico
yeah.
gets 14.
Such a waste.
You're the
I
only one
know.
that got 8.
I
The
know.
only person.
See?
Yeah, he'd be the only person that tips out.
There you go. Absolute champion I am.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
So
it's not saying that I agree with it, but I think that's the way they'll.
you think that'll happen? What do you...
Just because he's versatile, like he's more versatile than Louis. Like so, if
yeah,
you
so you
put,
can put him at fullback
if,
and put him in the
if you
centres.
put him at 6, who goes at 14?
Whiten. But he's
White's
retired now. Yeah, I suppose that's probably made that choice for him, really.
Yeah, I think. Do you play Tommy?
100%.
Oh, he's busted.
He is busted.
Like,
Yeah, like real bad. Even his mouth was busted.
What happened
on
to
the
him?
weekend.
Yeah, he got injured
He
again,
had
didn't
a small groin injury.
yeah.
he? So does Nick
Just-
Grewald.
We've just fucking named the player now
Oh.
since we're fucking going there. I don't know. It's a.
Is it like Wayne Rooney's micro penis?
Must be. Him and Nick Balsano.
I was listening to some SEN radio thing on the weekend.
Yeah.
Queensland have a fucking stacked team. Like they have, for the first time in a while, they've got real depth that people are missing out from the squad, and you're like, fuck, like
Who?
they've had a good season. Well, Reece Walsh, for example,
He's just pretty. He can't play.
he
He-
can't play.
He goes
He's
right,
probably
actually.
one of the most electric fullbacks of the season.
Who's fullback then?
Well, most people give it to Ponga.
Nah.
Well, who's the fullback then?
Has to be Walsh.
Reece Walsh.
You just said he's no good.
No, I didn't say he's pretty.
He
You
did.
said that. You said
After
all
he's no
he's
good.
pretty. Yeah.
But he surely Ponga can't get the spot
Why?
because you get
Too
concussed.
many head knocks.
Yeah.
He
He's
still-
done
he
nothing
played
since he's
yesterday.
come back.
Who else is missing? I'm loving this because I'm a
Um,
Queensland fan.
Oh, there was a couple of people in the
Oates is out.
wing spot.
Oh.
Oates and Coates, they
Well-
could both miss out.
Oates and
Oates and
Coates.
That
Sounds
made
sounds
me
like a
laugh.
law firm.
Yeah, yeah,
Oates and Coates.
yeah,
Cobbo.
yeah. Because he'd get the spot. He'd get one of the wing spots.
Who's the other wing
Well,
spot?
there's like Tuilagi. There's a couple. I need it in front of me,
Okay.
but
Preparation.
Who's your halves?
DCE?
This is not helping you, is it?
no.
DC's got to keep it, doesn't he? You'll stay captain and stay. He's playing the best he's played in years.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Well, who is?
Ben Hunt's got to play somewhere. Your hookers,
Fucking hate Ben Hunt.
your hookers,
Because he keeps doing things that
hate
kill
your hookers
New
are
South
Harry
Wales.
Grant and somebody.
Do you like
Cam
the way
Munster?
they play two hookers?
Yeah,
In Origin?
yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
106. That's $1,600
Because
an
the
hour.
forwards gets $850. Yeah, I do. Well, I do.
So I like them playing
prefer
80 minutes.
I prefer the two hookers than
Getting
playing,
bugged.
than playing one
I hope
hooker
Mumsy watches this.
and then playing one hooker and then one that becomes a second lock. So you know how they take off a lock and
Yeah.
then they push the hooker wide?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like that.
No, that's fair.
I don't like wide hookers.
Wow, this has gone really well.
There was I don't
So you
know.
reckon they're stacked? You reckon they're going to win?
I
it?
reckon- yeah.
So
Well,
Queensland to win the State of Origin. You heard it here first.
Nah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
The problem we've got too much talent.
Well, I don't know.
yeah, problem is using
But the
it,
issue
so-
is they all get injured so much. So is Teddy playing fullback for New South Wales? Because there was a rumour they were going to try and put him on the wing.
No, I wouldn't.
And then you got Latrell,
$2
obviously in the centres.
$2.35 to win the State of Origin, Queensland.
Yeah,
I'm
I'd-
loading up right now.
Yeah, I'd be backing that. Oh, so
Is that
the
enough?
wingers, the hammer for Doe.
Yeah, he's got to have a crack,
He's
doesn't
got to play, doesn't he?
he? Yeah, he
He
scored. He
Queenslander?
scored in
Yeah.
every game.
Love him.
Yeah. And
Has
then
he? He's
then
still going.
Then there's
Still
Sel.
going.
Then there's
Streak.
Selwyn Cobbo, Murray Tuilagi, and then there's Oates and Coates.
They're your wingers.
Well, there's 5 wingers.
Who's in your centres?
Well, Val Holmes.
Yeah. Well, see, Val Holmes usually gets a wing spot as well.
Dane Gagai.
He goes all right.
And plays
Always back Gagai to score.
plays terribly in club footy and then absolutely slaughters it.
Yeah.
So the game 3 last year was Ponga, Cobbo, Valentine Holmes, Gagai, and Tuolagi. So
not bad.
For one of those to come out,
yeah,
you've got to replace. So if Ponga's not out, you replace him with.
So your backup's the Walsh and the Hammer.
Walsh, the Hammer,
Cobbo and Cobbo.
Scotty Drinkwater, is he from Queensland?
Oh, I believe so. He's having a blind a year.
Yeah, and he's been suspended. So it's a funny.
Who are your halves on there?
Well, the halves were Cherry Evans and Munster. So Munster's a fucking.
Is
liar.
Munster back?
Yeah.
He's
I think he's played yesterday.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
played the last few weeks.
Is Pappenhausen back yet, or is he still out?
No.
Is his injuries becoming a worry?
Yeah, it has to be.
Because it's now
very
ongoing
long-term.
for the last couple of years, isn't
Very
it?
similar to Tommy. That's the bit that I'm concerned about.
Dead set gun.
I'll tell you what, Jake Travojevic has to be the nicest human in rugby league.
He seems to be.
Yeah. So
Pity he plays for me.
I could have prepared. Let's do this next week.
The Origin teams.
The Origin teams.
Yeah, because
Everyone brings their own Origin team.
It's
Then we can have a discussion.
It's a real good.
Because otherwise, we're going to be sat here watching you play on your phone for the next
It's a real
15
good
minutes.
topic because who plays lock? So last year, Tino played lock,
Yeah.
but the Broncos have Carrigan, and Carrigan's a fucking jet.
Yeah.
So you push
Tino forward.
Tino forward, but the front rowers last year were Lindsay Collins and Josh Papali. For me, Papali's the odd one out.
Really?
Yeah, because then you have,
Papali.
yeah, and then you have the guy from Melbourne. I forget his name. He's like the nicest human in the world. Everyone loves him.
Rob.
Adam Hollyoake.
Nah. Let's have this
come
discussion
back to
later.
Origin
Because then
later.
there's like Flegler, Tom Gilbert, Tom Dearden played and fucking killed it in Origin.
He did.
It's a big discussion. I reckon Queensland $2.30. Gamble responsibly.
Because you normally lose. Isn't that what it says these days?
Yeah.
You lose more than something.
You lose
What
more
else
than
could
you
you be buying?
Yeah, exactly.
Cocaine and
Okay,
hookers.
let's have a look at this.
$8.50.
There's lots of hookers in Queensland. We've got Sharks, North Queensland at Shark Park in the dark on Thursday night. Cannot go past them.
That's tomorrow. How good?
It is.
Oh,
So
How
good.
good's that?
Yeah, I'll go. Sure.
I got them by one. We've got Parramatta Newcastle
Parrot.
at Combank Stadium.
Para.
We have, God, I love when it says 13th next to Para. Broncos versus South Sydney. I'm going Souths. Broncos at home, though, at Suncorp on Saturday night. I think Broncos have had their run, and I don't believe they will continue
Why?
how they've been going. Because it's the Broncos, and they don't do that shit anymore. Kevin Walters is the worst coach in rugby league. And
You know how good Adam Reynolds is?
as a player,
Yeah.
yeah, well, he pretty much coaches them on the field. So I'll give him that.
I thought Alfie Langer coached him.
But the other thing is Reynolds playing against South Sydney as well. I reckon you'll see Latrell lift, and I reckon you'll see the other boys in the halves lift as well.
Yep, Rabbitohs.
Who you got? Broncos, Rabbitohs?
I'll take Broncos because everyone else is going Rabbits.
Canberra versus Fins Up, baby.
Vikings.
It's in the afternoon.
Raiders, I mean.
It's in the afternoon. Dolphins are $2.45. It's not a bad bet. Canberra responsibly. Canberra at home, though. I think you have to, don't you?
Yep.
Is that McDonald Jones Stadium? Is that?
Yeah, that's in Canberra. Yep.
What a shocking name.
Yeah, probably a law firm.
I don't think it's.
Coates and Oates Stadium.
I don't think it is.
It is in Canberra.
I don't think
Yeah.
McDonald Jones Stadium.
The
is
old
in
Milk
Canberra.
Park or whatever they used to call it. Prove me wrong.
I'm gonna-
The mighty Manly Seagulls currently sitting in second on the ladder. I don't know how, because
McDonald Jones Stadium is in Newcastle.
Well, why has it got the other way around? In Newcastle? This must be wrong then, because you're not going to have Canberra playing the Dolphins in Newcastle
Is it a double header? When did Newcastle play?
on the Thursday night.
Friday night, yeah.
Yeah, that's wrong. Anyway, mighty Manly Seagulls versus the Gold Coast Titans. Obviously, the Seagulls at 4 Pines Park, Beaver territory, on the hill. What do you got? This is where you're in a dilemma because you don't want to pick the Titans, do you?
Nah.
Manly win that, don't surely?
Yeah, Manly win that.
Oh, the bounce back factor.
What? They've never bounced back in their life.
What, the Manly are bouncing
Well,
back from how shit they played against the Tigers?
By
I'm
the
just
way,
assuming the Titans sacked their coach this week.
by the way, though, Mr. McCullum here puts on his thing. Oh, Manly, go Seals, fly Seals,
Mighty
fly,
Sand Eagles.
whatever. And so I go, who'd they beat? Because I looked and went, they beat the West Tigers by a point. Well done. Who'd they beat? He goes, almost beat ourselves.
We almost did beat ourselves. It was fucking horrible.
But no, a win's a win.
It is. There's no replay on the
1% of people on
West
ESPN have tipped the West Tigers. Who are they and what are they doing?
And they're playing Penrith. You know what? Not a bad bet.
The app's got it wrong. It's McDonald's Park, which is in Wagga.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks, Siri.
Google.
Penrith have to win. Where's Carrington Park?
Who is playing?
Penrith.
Penrith versus West Tigers.
I reckon that'll be
Wagga?
somewhere.
Is it some? Is
It's
it
like
some?
play the away from home
Yeah,
round.
Yeah.
New Zealand Warriors.
It's in Bathurst.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, that could be
Oh,
fucking
Tigers.
cold.
I'm changing.
What price are the Tigers?
$7.50.
Yeah, it's not big enough.
Yeah, good point.
If it's 10, like if it was 10. Well, no, that doesn't affect your tipping. The price.
No, it's got to be Penrith.
What
Tigers
are you
suck.
doing?
Tigers haven't won a game.
I'm going for the
they nearly
Warriors.
lost their bye. Warriors versus Roosters. Warriors are at home, so that's got to be the Warriors. Who you got there?
Warriors.
And the shittest game of football of the year, the Dragons versus the Bulldogs. Fucking hate both
Which is
these
the Channel
teams.
9 game on Sunday.
Doggies.
Well done, Channel 9.
Got to be the Doggies.
Where is it?
It's at Wynn Stadium, so it's probably actually going to be the Dragons.
Oops.
I like the Dogs.
Percentage-wise, which team is hungrier for a win, the Sea Eagles or the Knights? It's going to be the Sea Eagles. Melbourne's going to win the bye this week. Yeah, Manly Sea Eagles 50%. There we go. Moving to AFL, Rob.
Yes.
Any news in the AFL this week other
Well-
than the fact that Sydney lost by nearly 100? Gold Coast won.
Gold Coast won. The sling tackle is all the talk at the moment.
So is that like the hip drop tackle
Well,
in the NRL?
Funnily enough, they talked about the hip drop this morning because a Brisbane Lions player was accused of doing that on the weekend
But
as
they
well.
just make this shit up.
I know, but the sling tackle is real.
What's
that's,
that?
That's where a player tackles someone and then throws them to the ground where their head hits the ground. And these players are not smart enough to stop doing it. So we're just going suspension. They're just suspending 3 players a week with this sling tackle. They've gone to a situation now where, because the AFL used to be, if a player doesn't get injured, basically do whatever you want. You know, if they get up and play, that's
Fair
all right.
call.
Fair call. But now they're saying, no, we've got to outlaw these actions. So now you get a week if you are found guilty of slinging someone to the ground. And then
So
if
is
they
this
get
all
injured,
because
it
of the
goes up.
concussion
Has
stuff?
Has to be because of that. I mean,
So they've gone and saw an insurance company or Coates and Oates lawyer firm, and
Yep.
they've said, "Look, you got to cover your ass."
yeah, pretty much.
So-
It's got to be the reason they're doing it.
Oh, wow.
But we lost another 2 on the weekend. We had 2 big players out of the ANZAC Day game yesterday, 1 for each team. So it is all the rage. That and obviously Collingwood, Nick Dacos is the story that just keeps growing and growing. And
We had a
growing.
chat about him this
What
morning.
is the Dacos story?
Well, he's an absolute jet. And
He's too good.
He's in his
Is
second
that a
year.
problem?
Well, yeah,
For
for the
every
rest of
other
the
team.
league, yeah.
He's in his second year.
Brownlow
He's
favourite?
Brownlow favourite now. He's the shortest price Brownlow favourite after 6 rounds that I can ever remember. He's $2.75 to win the
Jesus.
Brownlow.
And he's played 30-something
31
games
games.
his whole career.
He does. To be fair, he doesn't come from bad lineage.
His brother Josh is a very solid player, and his dad wasn't called the Macedonian Marvel for no
Exactly.
reason.
What would he be on a year?
The
Josh-
Macedonian Marvel or
The kid.
Well,
His second year?
Second year.
Second
He'd be on
year.
100
Still
grand.
second
He's
year
still in his
contract.
rookie contract.
Yeah,
right?
but I don't know if he's extended, because what a lot of these clubs do now is they sign them on a rookie contract and then they extend straight away, which then null and voids the rookie contract.
I thought they couldn't do that for 2 years.
They can if they upgrade it.
Okay.
So they've got to upgrade it.
Yeah. So
He'll stay for less.
But no one
because-
can nick him though during that period, can they?
no, for the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Because Jason Horn-Francis,
If
the
he
number
gets
1 pick,
homesick, but he's from Melbourne,
Yeah.
so it's...
He's going nowhere. I mean, he asked to. So Collingwood have this tradition of their highest draft pick each year gets the number 35, and that was because they had a player called Simon Prestigiacomo who in a grand final pulled out the day before a grand final saying he just wasn't right fitness wise, and they say that one of the most selfless acts the club's ever seen. They won a premiership, so they give that to the first year player. So Nick Dacos got number 35 last year. That's his old man's number.
Yeah.
And he then asked if he could keep the number 35 to honour his dad. And the club said, yeah, okay. So this kid
Fuck tradition.
this kid's going nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
and
that's
that's
very
like
cool.
that's
And he
what-
shouldn't either.
that was my point as well. Like,
The father-son
He'll
is the
stay
best
for way
best
less.
rule in
Do you know what? I
AFL.
love it. And I love the new father-daughter rules that they're starting to bring in too.
Oh, yeah, we've had a couple of players get drafted under that into the AFLW.
I think it's sensational.
do they have the same mother-son, mother-daughter? Because now that the women's,
I don't know, actually.
they've had so many years
Yeah,
in the league.
it's 50 games.
50.
So for
Is
the
it?
men, it's 100 games, and for the women, because the seasons are shorter, it's 50 games.
Wow.
So
So you can do mother-son.
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
absolutely no problem.
Wish my mum could have played footy. I got
Well,
to run.
More to the point, you could have played.
Yeah, I
footy.
guess. Yeah.
I did, but I couldn't play footy back in the day. I was just skinny.
Oh,
Skinny.
what happened?
I was, yeah. That's the reason I didn't make it. I was skinny and got thrown around like a
Oh,
bag of.
I feel sorry
Turds.
for you now.
Anyway, fuck you both. How you going in the tipping comp?
I got 8 last week, but it's still
I'm
only brought
coming
me up to-
17th.
Yeah, I'm 24th.
Oh, but
I dropped 7 spots.
so did I. Where are you?
Well, I was second, and now I'm
9th.
9th.
Finn's up 16.
One person got 9. Who does that?
Yeah, I got 4.
I had 6.
I
so
may as well
did
not
all
have
right.
put my tips in.
Okay, so here we go. St Kilda Port. It's got to be Saints, doesn't it?
Saints footy at home.
But didn't they play yesterday?
Port a week at
No, they didn't play. This is why I'm coming 30th. I'll go for Port.
Brisbane Lions, Freo, Brisbane.
Brisbane easy.
Jeez, this round sucks.
Sydney, GWS.
So
That's going to be
goats.
such a shit game of football. Sydney.
Sydney will win that.
Cheer, the red and the white, as opposed to Tear, the red and the white last week.
Hawthorn are the worst team in footy.
Okay,
So
Western
they'll
Bulldogs. Melbourne versus North Melbourne.
North Melbourne are the 3rd worst team in footy.
Who's the second worst?
West Coast.
West Coast, who are the
Okay.
next game against
Yeah.
Carlton?
So, Carlton.
I'm tipping the Eagles. No,
Oh, that's the
Carlton.
Eagles at home. I'm going to go the Eagles.
You're an idiot.
That's all right. You said that last week and I got all of them.
Oh, no, you
Essendon,
can
Geelong.
get 40 tips out of 8 and you'd still be an idiot.
Geelong.
40 out of 8.
Do you remember 3 weeks?
Essendon, Geelong. God's got to be Geelong.
Do you remember
after
3 weeks
last
ago
week.
when everyone was going, oh, 0-3, Geelong are shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, bang,
Geelong
bang,
aren't
bang.
shit anymore.
Bang, bang, bang. 3-3, they're going all right.
Gold Coast, Richmond. Richmond's got a shit on them.
Well, this
How can you say that?
is really funny. If the Bombers had won yesterday, they would have been first.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's,
The Bombers are at
Yeah,
the
it
top
goes
of
to
the
show
table.
but
what
they didn't win.
we've spoken about ages ago, that like the first 6 rounds almost don't mean anything
Yeah.
because the ease of the draw for the lower sides,
Yep.
it makes it really even.
Richmond are the huge story.
Well, how shit they've been.
Yeah, 1 win out of 6 rounds.
Yeah.
But they'll beat the Gold Coast, you're right. Next game.
Next game, we have Adelaide, Collingwood.
I'm going for Collingwood, but it's going to be a ripping game.
How good?
On a scale of 1 to 10, probably about a 9. At the Adelaide Oval, this ground will be absolutely packed to the rafters. You'll have Adelaide Crows and their Chardonnay.
You would have
sipping.
been a Pack to the Rafters fan, wouldn't you?
Me?
Yeah,
No, I
that
wasn't.
TV
actually.
show.
I reckon he was.
Yeah,
No,
real.
I'm neighbours.
Yeah, it's
I don't.
I still reckon.
some call it a modern day Neighbours.
I might go and watch it.
It was actually good.
Yeah, but no, it'll be a great game.
So who you got?
I'll go for Collingwood because they're just playing ridiculously attractive footy.
I'm going to go for Adelaide Oval. Okay, which team won the AFL's first grand final? Geelong or Magpies?
It's a pretty easy question
Magpies.
because Geelong didn't win one for
427 years.
40-something years. But there you go.
There you
There are
go.
our tips.
There are our tips. We are tipped up and ready to rock and roll. So it's interesting not having Hollyoak here because his 4 words of wisdom that he puts in and his great stories.
Boring without
We
him.
subbed him into the Card Chaos podcast
Oh,
earlier
did you?
this week. There was
Someone wasn't there.
there was myself, Jez subbed in for you, and Jez had a rant.
Yes.
It was so good. It was
Excellent.
really, really good. And Hollyoak gave us some stories.
You told me about the rant, and
What was it
then
about?
It was about Daddy Longneck and
It's
how he
fucking
doesn't
Liam,
close his
right?
door.
so to sleep he uses rain, the sound of rain, which
Liam
I do.
does.
Yeah, but he also has to keep the door open for some
'Cause he's
fucking
scared.
stupid
Dark.
reason. Yeah. So it's like, how annoying is it for their house that they have to hear the rain? And,
And the door's open.
and the doors open. So him and Jez were like,
What if it's not raining?
no, you listen to it.
Oh shit. Okay, gotcha.
This idiot.
Sorry.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, so that was his rant. He had a good rant.
So, yeah, he's
and
waking up
so
in the
jump
middle
on
of
a
the
Card Chaos on the Podfire Network.
Yeah, so he'd wake up in the middle of the night and he'd shut his door, and then Liam would wake up and open the door, and then Liam resorted to sleeping
on the floor in front of his door.
In front of the door.
These guys, they're not mates.
Nah.
I spoke to Liam. I'm like, it's one or the other. You listen to your over the door shut.
What you're scrolling past? I didn't realise Haley Lewis's son is a decent swimmer.
Oh, really?
He won the Australian
pedigree.
Championship. Yeah, won the Australian Championship last week.
What distance did Haley Lewis swim?
She was a butterfly.
800 metres.
Butterfly.
I was going to say 400.
Freestyle.
Didn't she win butterfly golds?
Don't think so.
I reckon she won the one.
All right. Now, I'll go to our random sports questions. Which famous Australian former cricketer went out to bat with an aluminium bat?
The great man himself.
Was it DK Lilly?
It was DK Lilly.
And then threw it, tossed it.
He did. He tossed it. No, I've got another good one here. Which tennis Grand Slam tournament did Pat Rafter win twice during his career?
Oh,
Do you know?
97, 98.
Nah.
US Open.
Yep.
Great
Who
man.
did he beat in one of the finals?
Goran Ivanovic.
And the other one? Greatest.
Pete Sampras.
No, the great one, Mark Philippoussis.
Oh, he did too, yeah.
Oh, the scud.
Yeah.
The poo.
Yeah.
The poo. Yeah, I got the pleasure of playing golf with Pat Rafter and his dad a couple of times.
Is he as good a bloke as what he comes across?
The
as?
nicest human on the planet. Mate,
That's
someone was going through my phone the other day. I don't know what.
It was me.
It wasn't. And he goes, why do you have Pat Rafter's phone number in
I
your
said,
phone?
is that the Pat Rafter? He's like, yeah.
It's
Let's
be-
give him a call.
It's because
Can we
Pat...
give him a call now?
No, we probably shouldn't.
Okay.
We will another day. I'll line
That's
that up.
it's an what do you call it? An Instagram reel thing. It's like people ask who's the most famous contact in your phone, and then it only really counts if you call them and they answer.
And they answer and they go like, hey bro, how you doing?
Yeah.
As opposed to who the fuck are you? Rugby league halfback Jonathan Thurston began his first grade career at which club?
The Doggies?
Doggies.
Gave his medal away.
He
or
did.
his ring away.
Yeah, to Steve Price.
Yep.
Which Olympic duo won gold medals at beach volleyball in 2000 Summer Olympics?
Nat Cook and I don't know.
Kerry Pothouse.
There we go. Last one for you boys.
We've done all right this week, Chris.
Who is the most capped Socceroo player? Tim Cahill, Brett Emerton, Johnny Warren, or Mark Schwarzer?
Schwarzer?
Yeah, he's my guess as well.
I don't know where the answer. Let me just. Go.
What kind
I
of-
reckon.
What
it
kind of
is
quiz
Johnny
master are
Warren?
you? Johnny Warren. It's not.
I reckon. But
It's
I
not. I
can't
know that was
get
Les
to the
Murray that
answer.
used to say it's not soccer, it's football.
It is football. Anyway, boys. So what's on this week, sporting wise? Rob, what do you
Mark
got?
Schwartz is the answer, by the way.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
We're on fire.
109.
Really? That's
Cahill, 108.
Oh, Timmy, come
you'd
back.
Be dirty, wouldn't you?
Come back,
I'd love.
Timmy. Well, that'd be fucking awesome.
Well, he's
would
in Qatar at the moment. Well, he was. He did a lot of stuff
Oh,
with the
yeah, he
World
was,
Cup over there and was getting a
ambassador.
lot of Qatari money.
Yeah, they all did.
Yeah.
Footy's on this weekend, Brett.
Footy, who you got?
We've got Freo at the Gabba on a Saturday afternoon. Very rare Saturday afternoon game for the Gabba. They don't play them very often
Why?
because people don't turn up.
Oh, okay. And you're in the shit seats.
Yeah, but I'm in the shade though. I've worked that out.
You'll
Oh, fair enough.
be in the shop first and then head over to the game.
Yeah, for sure. Local car shop, we sign autographs in there. Coming down.
Are you signing autographs?
Yeah, for sure.
Rob's the.
Is there?
Do you know what I've just realised is that it's the highlighted one who's the actual had the
Oh, you idiot!
it had the answer there.
I love it.
That's funny.
That is absolutely.
There we go. What about you, mate? The
The
Media8 Sports Seahawks are on this
Seahawks
weekend.
are this weekend. Yeah. they
Yeah.
were on last weekend too.
Yep.
The boys have won 3 in a row.
Loving it.
Potentially, I could be the lucky charm. Don't
You could be. Just like in the
Yeah,
NRL.
just like the state of
State of
origin.
origin.
But yeah, they're playing this weekend.
Awesome.
Saturday
I might be
night.
there with you.
I don't know if I've got any seats left.
What
Oh,
about me?
who's going?
You're going to the footy.
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, you
I
won't
was
be back
teeing
by
myself
I
5
up
might
o'clock.
come
for
and sit in the pleb
You
seats.
might,
Yeah.
you might be back by 5 o'clock.
All I was doing was teeing my whole week around going to the Seahawks this week.
Yeah,
I teed it up a couple of weeks ago. No, I didn't get an invite.
it was good
Week
because
before, no invite.
it was me and family Cool Whip at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
basketball, and so there's only 4 of us, and so we had more food and
Hang
more
on.
drinks.
there was only 4, but there was no tickets available for anyone else.
No, there's
No,
no
there
tickets available this
Yeah,
week.
see, Mark Schwartz is in bold.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's pretty good. What about you, Brett?
Me, I was going to go to the Media8 Sports Seahawks game, but it's full, so I
Yeah.
might just go and sit in the crowd on my own. No,
I'll
it's
come along with
it's
you.
my little fella's birthday, so
Oh,
we're going to be
Archer's
doing
birthday.
Archer's birthday turns
Happy
14 this
birthday.
weekend.
They've got a bad track record on birthdays, don't they?
Yeah.
kids get injured.
They used to. They don't anymore. Touch wood. But yeah, no, we've got a bunch of kids coming around, and that's my sports weekend. I reckon I'll be dunking on them out the front of the house.
And I reckon you'll be asleep by 7 p.m.
Big chance of that happening. Big chance.
How
of that
small's
happening.
the ring?
4 foot, something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, no.
Oh, dunking. Oh,
Yeah,
got
dunking.
it. I saw one
What
about,
did you think?
I didn't know what he said.
Dunking
to be
them in the
honest.
pool or something,
Yeah,
like trying to
something.
drown them?
Yeah. I saw Adam Hollyoak put up a little.
I
reel
saw that
this
too
week
with,
someone trying to dunk.
Yeah, no, it was Jacob the Flamingo NG, who's one of the Australia's great boxers at the moment, going to fight for a title soon. He was playing basketball against his kids, and one of his kids got up to a big dunk and missed it and landed flat in his ass. So he learned that off his dad, obviously.
When's his birthday? Saturday?
On the 2nd, so it's actually on Tuesday. But it's a long weekend this week here because of Labor Day. Serious. Not
Monday,
even-
public holiday.
Monday public holiday. So we've got a 3-day of sporting weekend with the kids.
But we don't have the only disappointment with Labor Day up here in Queensland is there's no sport on Labor Day in Queensland. So
And
like
the other disappointment is the Labor government, but let's not go there.
If we don't get political on this podcast,
That's right.
Well, we
We
should.
are non-political. Anyway, good luck to Adam
fun.
Hollyoak.
just so
Yeah.
you know,
We
as
hope
well,
that he doesn't get boned.
Magic Round is the following week. So we've got Monday public holiday
And then Magic
and
Round.
then Magic Round. The
And then-
following
So we won't
And then
see
you go overseas.
Christopher for what, a month because of Magic
maybe
Round.
2 months
Ugh,
if we're lucky.
we'll get him to dial in. Anyway, boys,
No, we won't.
enjoy the sport, enjoy the week, and
Thanks, Brett.
go the Swannies.
Go the Lins.
Yeah, no.